So this is it's the next day, but also this is the bungalow that me and Dad are staying in. It's pretty cute. He's sleeping there, and I'm sleeping up here on a very comfortable mattress. Yeah, it's pretty cute. We got a little balcony, which we woke up before a sunrise, but it's quite cloudy as you can see. This morning it's meant to be better later on in the day. It's quite cold. Yeah, got a nice little bathroom. It's actually all quite high quality, and I think I spent 40 quid a day. And then out here you've got other bungalows, like a really nice meditation and yoga area. Yeah, meditation is actually not bathtubs, hot tubs over there. Cool. Little seating area, a kitchen, and a lot of information. He's given us a lot of information on where to go in terms of the pyramids and for the tunnels and which way to go and shit. As I think everyone comes here for the pyramid. I mean, this place is called Bosnian Pyramid Glamping. So that's that. And I didn't know anything about the place until my dad told me about it, and I watched a bit of YouTube on it, and it's basically, well, you can't really see it right now, but we're on the pyramid, or the start of the pyramid right now, and it's, depending if you believe in the official or unofficial truth, like it's basically, I'm going to sit in here, I'm uncomfortable because it's cold. It's basically the biggest pyramid in the world. If you accept that it is actually a pyramid rather than, well, the official word is that it's a hill, like a naturally formed hill. There's a lot of evidence to say that it's a man-made structure using artificial concrete, or a type of concrete that is man-made. There's also some tunnels which we're going to go check out that lead to the pyramid. They found some really strange or peculiar findings, like when they've done any sort of research, for example, a certain frequency being emitted right at the top of the pyramid, and that frequency being higher or being stronger, like further away from the ground than it is to the ground where the top of the pyramid is, which essentially agrees with the Tesla wireless electricity technology, which again some conspiracy theorists think exists and was basically the development and was stopped by the powers that be, because then it meant electricity could be free, and no one can make money when it's free. So there's that, and also things like in the tunnel there's a lot of negative ions which are really good for health. They have the water that you can drink there, which we have actually in this glamping. He's bought it from the tunnels or from the pyramid, whatever. It has a lot of negative ions, which again are really meant to be healthy and stuff. So all in all, basically, it could be an ancient pyramid that has been built here by ancient civilizations or a civilization, and now it's a cover-up, or basically because this guy discovered them, was looked at this here and was like, I'm pretty sure it's a pyramid, started digging, found some evidence, and then the Bosnian government, probably elicited by other governments or the powers that be, said, oh, there actually used to be a castle up here, so you're not allowed to dig anymore. So progress on uncovering the truth or the secrets of this area have been significantly damaged or slowed down by the powers that be. So yeah, some people have said like you can feel the energy and shit and feel like actual energy when you're in the tunnels or you're near the pyramids. So I'm keen to do that or see if I do feel anything like that. And the guy said also like you can meditate in the tunnels and like actually feel some kind of energy or some shit. I don't know. We shall see. I want to kind of go in there with an open mind and not try and either think no this is bullshit or this is real, and just kind of see what happens and see you know um, how I receive whatever it is we are receiving, and yeah, go with a bit of an open mind. I like this shit. I mean, I believe in ancient civilizations and I guess the unwritten history or forgotten history or maybe covered history. So I've always wanted to see some pyramids. So I think it will be a very cool and fun experience. The stones yesterday, I think it was a bit of a stretch, but certainly if this feels and looks like a pyramid, like then I'm all ears for it, I guess. Yeah, what else is there to say? I mean, there's also like they found some really big stones that are part of the pyramid or in the tunnels that say like some very cryptic shit. Like, what does it say when they translated it from like a really prehistoric Bosnian language? It kind of said, "We are the gateway is closed." The gateway to what? Exactly. We don't know. We must be the warriors of today's world or something until the gateway reopens or something along those lines. So again, some very cryptic stuff. Um, who knows what the gateway is to, or whether it was just purely an antenna that would then create some free electricity for the ancient civilization. Who knows? But we're gonna go see and find out, and form our own opinion. So, God, I'm blabbering a lot. I feel like I'm not really talking to the camera as well as I used to. But I guess that's what I know and what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, that was really annoying me yesterday. I think I was just really agitated because I was just really underslept and we were just driving for a lot of the times, and then we didn't really see much really. So anything that he would do, which is generally annoying, but like it was just even more annoying, and it was just like, oh, let's just get to bed. And when I did and I had a good sleep, I feel a lot better. But it's just cold now. It's cold. It's meant to be sunny. I think it will be later on, but right now it's cloudy and cold. We're gonna go and go to the tunnels first, because the guy said go to the tunnels, then go up to the pyramid, and then if you want, go back to the tunnels around 5 p.m. ish, when there's less people and you can meditate there and try and feel the energy. So yeah. We're on our way to the tunnels. It's about a 40-minute walk through the town of Visoko in Bosnia to get to the tunnels, and it looks very Bosnian, as you could imagine. Just looks like a set of Top Gear, really. Nothing more, nothing less. That's pretty modern down here. Which way now? Up here. Oh, it's that door. It's all very Bosnian. Getting warm. złą stronę tutaj. I feel really bad because I stroked this stray dog and now it's walking with us and like trying to get attention and trying to be a doggy, and he's all happy. I just want to take him home. I shouldn't have given him false hope. Oh well. The doggy's still coming with us, aren't we? And this is a Muslim cemetery because they don't have crosses and stuff, which is pretty. We've not seen them before. Yeah, you did. But like they didn't have any crosses, it's just like straight stuff. So yeah. I feel so bad for the dog. I gave him false hope. Maybe Dad can take him. Może chcesz psa? Może chcesz psa? Nie? Right, the tunnels entrance is through there, and yeah, we're just waiting to start a guy. They bloody love Novak Djokovic here.
So, if everyone is here now, yeah, we are some 20 meters from the entrance and some 3 kilometers away from the Bosnian pyramid of the sun, the one that is closest to us. This material around us is called conglomerate, and it is a sedimentary rock unit all the way from the Ice Age. The tunnels were made through it some 30,000 years ago. We know that because while doing excavations on the Bosnian pyramid of the sun, between 2 of the blocks we have found a fossilized leaf that's fallen from the tree. Analysis had shown us that it is around 30,000 years old, which means someone built the pyramid at that time. And since this conglomerate from the tunnels was taken out and used to make those huge blocks for the pyramid, we connect the age of the pyramids and the tunnels directly. Now, another thing that you may notice when you walked in is how you can breathe normally and have air super clean. The reason for that would be a very high concentration of negative ions. Negative ions are the particles in the air that have few more electrons in them. They bind everything that's bad, like viruses, perfume, dust, such things, and they knock them down to the ground. And then what we are left with is the completely clean air concentration. Usually that concentration in the cities is measured from 100 up to 200 of negative ions per cubic centimeter. In the mountains it used to be around 5,000, but now it's only around 900. While here in the tunnels, we measured ranging from 10,000 even up to 200 and 250,000 of negative ions per cubic centimeter. So feel free to breathe in deeply, because air clean like this you won't find anywhere in this whole country and in this whole region. And also everything that you see with me today in the tunnels was left exactly as it was found in its original spot. We didn't move or bring anything here except these wooden beams, which are just an additional level of safety. Even though this conglomerate is completely safe and we don't have to worry about anything crashing down, falling in your head, or something like that. We have never had such a case. So as we continue, if any of you have some questions. It has around 350 kilograms of mass. And I say an artifact and not a stone, since this is not a naturally made stone. In fact, it is an object made entirely from ceramic, and ceramic as a material cannot be made by itself in nature. It has to be made from sandstone and clay, and then baked at very high and precise temperatures. So we know that this was made entirely by an intelligent human hand. Inside, there are small pieces of quartz crystals, and 20 meters below, from this direction, there is an underground water flow. And we usually know that these underground water flows are not good for our health, because if we live and sleep above them, they can cause insomnia, weakening of our immune system, and such things. But in this case, when these negative geopathogenic radiations come out, they collide with crystals which are inside this ceramic block. Then the crystals begin to oscillate and vibrate, causing an electromagnetic field to be created. And the frequency of that electromagnetic field is around 28 kilohertz. That electromagnetic field leaves this block, spreads out through the air, and collides with crystals inside of this conglomerate. Then they begin to vibrate again, but this time causing a piezoelectric effect. And to simplify, an ultrasound is being created, and its frequency ranges from 28 up to 42 kilohertz. And an ultrasound with that frequency is usually used in medicine for regeneration of bones, muscles, tissues, and such things. Just in medicine, they make it artificially and with machines, while here we have it almost in natural way with minimal human interaction. And also on this side of this medium-sized block, you can see 7 holes. Now on TV suggests that these 7 holes represent 7 chakras of the human body, or 7 levels of the tunnels found inside of the Bosnian pyramid of the sun. Now which TV is the correct one, we still don't know. But in the future, with some new discoveries, we also hope to know that and to be able to confirm one of these theories. And people ask us very often, did we find this here? As previously mentioned, everything was left exactly as it was found in its original spot, including this block. So, if any of you has any other questions?
What's a quartz crystal? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most common type of crystal. It's mostly white or just transparent, and you can find it in nature, in the mountains, in the hills.
And it would have been specifically put inside this.
Yeah, they put it inside of this block, and we did X-ray scanning of this block, and that's how we found out that it is inside.
Is its location in tunnel significant anyway?
Well, because we have an underground water flow here, and the accumulation of those negative geopathogenic radiations is exactly in this spot. So as they leave, as they come out, they hit the crystals inside. So that's why they put it here.
And then they vibrate and then hit.
Yeah, and then they create vibration. Yep, very well then. So
Możesz. Zrozumiałeś? Zrozumiałeś, co on mówi?
Odbiór promienia?
Co jest?
No to jest ten, oni tutaj go ściągnęli, nie? Tam było.
Nie, on tutaj zawsze był.
Był? A to może takie miejsce właśnie było robię. Yeah, you can try to meditate here. Okay, so what you can see here is a block with some unusual geometrical shapes and symbols. These symbols here are the runes, and runes were mostly used in Europe from the 1st to the 3rd century. And here you can see an example of Old English runes. But the runes that we have on this block are much, much older than any of the runes that we know today. So we call them proto runes. Maybe even the predecessor of all the runes that we know of. So one scientist was interested in finding a possible translation, like what message does this block send? And she even managed to find one, which goes: the cosmic gate is closed, we are at a standstill, we have to fight and conquer until the cosmic gate reopens again. Now what does it mean exactly? The cosmic gate, the pyramids, the tunnels, or something different? We still don't know. But it's a new discoveries in the future. We also hope to know that and to be able to confirm this translation 100%. So far, this is just a possible construction, but still it's an interesting find, giving us some insight as to what might have happened and what was the possible reason for closing these tunnels. So we'll see what the future will bring. And if any of you has any questions.
Is it dated to any? Has it been dated?
Well, we believe it's around 5,000.
5,000 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, because this is not any kind of organic material, so it cannot be dated directly.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just keep them straight. Okay, so what you can see here is an example of two unclean side tunnels. We didn't clean these yet because they don't go in the direction of the Bosnian pyramid of the sun. And our main goal is to reach the pyramid through the tunnels. And I say cleaning and not digging because we don't dig them. They have already been dug some 30,000 years ago through this conglomerate, this material. But then later, they've been buried with this gravel that you can see. So all that our volunteers do is they take out this gravel, they take it outside, and then we are left with a completely clean tunnel as it was originally through this conglomerate. And also every side tunnel we find is always closed with this kind of drywall that you can see here. So we know that every time we find these stones, we know it's an entrance to a new side tunnel. So we know that someone had to bring all these stones all the way here from the river and arrange them perfectly like this without using any binding material between them, and then continue burying the tunnels all the way to the exit. And that's how we exclude any possibility of some flood, some earthquake or something like that, because Mother Nature cannot do these things, these perfect drywalls. And also while cleaning one of the tunnels, we found few pieces of carbonated wood. Analysis showed us that they are around 5,000 years old, which means someone buried these tunnels at that time. Now, what was the exact reason to bury them? Did they try to hide something, protect something, maybe even escape something? We still don't know. But in the future, with some new discoveries, we also hope to know that and to be able to confirm one of these theories. So, we'll see what the future will bring. And if any of you has any questions.
How far away are you from the pyramids?
Well, we have cleaned 1 kilometer so far, and we have around 2 kilometers left to clean.
How long do you think it will take?
Well, 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years?
Yeah, because everything goes slowly. We do everything by hand. We don't want to use any machines, and everything is volunteering based here, so it takes a lot of time.
And when you get to the pyramid, will you be able to go inside, or will the...
Well, yes, we'll be able to go inside, but we need to reach the pyramid first, and then most of the spaces in the pyramid are empty already. So I think there should be no problems when we reach. Yeah, but the tricky part is that we have to reach the pyramid. It's the most difficult part of the journey. Okay, so we'll just continue straight.
Long way? How was it when you first discovered it?
Here's what you had. It's really low here. And in 2005, pyramid was discovered, and then a year later, they also discovered these tunnels. Local people already knew about them, so they also got this main archaeologist here to come here and inspect these tunnels. Everything.
Before 2005, was there any local legends or local stories about this?
Yeah. There's a famous story that the Bosnian queen somehow escaped from the top of the pyramid. There, you can sit somewhere. Yeah, just find some place to sit down. Okay, so what you can see here is the biggest ceramic block that you'll see with me today. It has around 8 tons of mass, and we call it K2. It also has few differences which are specific for it, and the first one is that it doesn't stand directly on the ground. It has a small stand, which you might better see here in the picture. This has a pin, as you can see. It is glued with the calcium carbonate, which was used as a binding material back then. And it also doesn't contain only small pieces of crystals, but it has 3 large pieces in the form of a ball, and they are the size of an average human hand. One is located very shallow here, beneath this yellowish discolorization. Second one's a bit deeper in the middle, and the third one also a bit deeper at the end. This underground water flow goes from this direction, then in the middle it hits a barrier, and it continues in 2 directions just as a crack on this block follows, as you can see. So, I previously mentioned this electromagnetic field, which now we can even try to feel here if we do one small experiment. You can just gently rub your hands like this and put them some 5 to 10 centimeters above the ceramic block. If we try, yeah, do this. And what people usually feel is some slight tingling in their fingertips. Some people say they feel hot, cold, how the block is attracting them or repelling them from itself.
Coś czujesz?
Do you feel something?
A little bit in the fingertips.
Like tingling.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a very common reaction. People feel. Anyone else?
He feels some warmth.
You? Do you feel something? No, I don't. Well, any kind of reaction is completely natural because the block has its own electromagnetic field and our body has its own. And when these two fields interfere, we can feel that reaction in our fingertips and the palms of our hands because we have many nerve endings inside. So this is not any kind of ritual, magic or something like that, but just pure physics and electromagnetism. And also if we don't feel something, it doesn't mean anything bad or good either. Because some people are more sensitive, some people are less sensitive, so any kind of reaction is completely natural. It doesn't mean anything good or bad. Some days we feel more sensitive, some days less, so it is completely our body and the block. Okay, so if you all have tried the experiments, we can slowly continue. Just please don't forget something here because they're not coming back the same way. I will show you a small wave that we found and also explain about the water tunnel that we had in here. And about the properties of that water from the plants.
Sure. Czułem. Rozumiesz, co on mówi? Że masz 2 bieguny elektromagnetyczne między twoim ciałem i tym kamieniem. A tutaj woda przechodzi.
Okay, so we'll just continue this way.
We're on the way to the pyramid, which you can see actually over there, can't you? It's actually quite far away. I think it's about an hour walk on this kind of long loop around the side. It's actually quite a big pyramid when you think about it. Well, it's the biggest in the world, supposedly. Ile ona ma metrów kontra Egiptu? Nie. Bo ona jest większa, nie?
Od tego
Tych w Egiptach.
jest wysokość.
Tak.
No to zależy jak to patrzeć, bo ona tutaj...
Ona jest wyższa niż ta w Giza.
Tak, bo ona ma chyba ponad 200 metrów, co?
Nie, 200 nie, chyba 190. Może. Sprawdź. Albo ja sprawdzę. The tunnels were cool. Wouldn't say anything life changing, but I think it'll be a cool way, a cool place to meditate later. Have a little bit of the vape and try and connect with the eternal consciousness around us and take on the negative ions of that. They had a sign that says like reduces stress, fatigue, basically all the bad stuff, which is emitted by like electronic devices, air conditioning, general modern life. And you did feel like a sense of peace and calm in there. And when you did the hand thing over the, it's not a stone, but what do they call it? A ceramic something. Like you could actually feel a tingleness in your fingers. Might be a placebo effect, but I certainly felt something. Oh, we got a t-shirt and some water, which I need to read into a little bit more, but it's meant to be like the water's basically magic, like has an incredible amount of energy in it to the point like, again, the test, some people drank normal water, some people drank this water, and it reduced blood pressure, increased red blood and white blood cell count and stuff like that. And if you mix it with normal water and leave it in the dark for a bit, it changes the normal water or the bad water into this holy, incredible water stuff. So we bought a bottle, and there's some actually stuff. There is a they have it in their hostel as well. So we're gonna try it there. Not the hostel, the bungalow thing, Airbnb. Here we are. Well, at the final bit of the ascent up the pyramid of the sun, and we think that might be the pyramid of the moon. So I think in total there's like 3 or 4 pyramids here, and they actually formed the Fibonacci. What is the Fibonacci angle? Fibonacci spiral. I don't know. One of them. Which is another like, you know, reason for there potentially being some kind of ancient intelligence involved, or the fact that it's facing towards true north more than the pyramid of Giza and shit. So yeah, it doesn't look that tall obviously because we're halfway up, but that one definitely looks cool. I wish you could just dig into it. Widzisz mnie. It's a very hilly, sweaty, and bushy final stretch to the top. Can we see the top yet? Not really. Sweaty. And the path keeps diverting. I think I'm gonna do that. At the top. We're at the summit of the pyramid, the Great Pyramid of the Sun in Bosnia. God, I wish they could just uncover it, tell us all the secrets. Some of the other side here. Oh, some excavations of some sort. Oh, this might be the building of the castle that they're protecting. We're not allowing people to excavate anything. Oh, there's fuck all to protect here, really, isn't it? Just a few walls. Sick view though. Oh, chato! It's the Tower of Visoko. We're on the other side of the pyramid. This is where they actually have a bit of a archaeological site where they started to dig before they were told to stop. So we're going to explore this bit and with a guide in a second. And yeah, hopefully see some actual rocks and, well, not rocks but stones. Well, not stones but formations of buildings. Some kind of building work.
And then Bratislava, Prague, from the second for the Torino in Italy, and also finally in the Institute for Geopolymer Concretes in France. And we have discovered that this here is a mixture of two elements. The constructive material that we can see, these rounded pebbles and rocks, is conglomerate. So you were in the tunnels previously, and you saw that the entirety of the tunnel network is dug through conglomerate. So somebody, by digging the tunnels, they were gathering the resources which they're going to use in order to make this.
Oh, okay.
But when you break the conglomerate, the slepenets, it breaks, you cannot put it back together, you have to use a binder. So you can see this lighter colored material, which is holding everything together, which is actually molten clay. In order to melt clay, you actually need 1050 degrees Celsius, which is a really high temperature. So when you do melt it, it turns smaller in volume, so when it cools down, it shrinks, but it gets very, very hard. And imagine how much clay you need to use for the entire structure.
Yeah.
And then this material, this mixture that we have here, the concrete, the beton, it actually is 4 to 5 times harder than the concrete that we make in
modern
civil
time.
engineering. Right. For example, in houses and stuff, the concrete can withstand about 30-40 megapascals of pressure. The concrete that we use for bridges and dams, 70-80 megapascals. Skyscrapers, for example, Burj Khalifa in Dubai, in the root of the building, it can withstand about 115 megapascals. But concrete here of the pyramid between 130 up to 155. The Bosnian head 200, 250. Very hard-headed people. So we're going to talk a little bit about the age and stuff on the next one.
Has this material been recreated?
On some places, yes, but in theory, it is possible to make it. In practice, it's really hard to get it right. And
Because of the lack of knowledge on the technique or the material?
because of the temperature and such. It's a little bit difficult to make 1050 degrees. You have to use these industrial 400 square meters here. And essentially, here we wanted to see if the material is going to appear the same, like in continuity, or is it just going to appear in small patches. And as you can see, in whichever direction you go, the material stays absolutely the same. And also the slope stays the same, which is really important. So from top of the pyramid all the way down to the main road, it's all going to be the same slope, but the thing is that you can see some deviation now because of the ground formation and stuff like that. And this has proven that in theory it would be possible to uncover the whole structure, but in practice it would be a little bit impossible to uncover all of this. because the town is down here. So if some kind of landslide starts happening, we could kill somebody in the main street.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that on the tip of the pyramid, there is a medieval fortress.
Yeah, we went.
You were there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And this fortress that you were at is actually called Old Town of Visoki, which is the first, basically, capital of the Bosnian kingdom.
Okay.
The first king of Bosnia was crowned in the year 1377 here in Visoko, and his name was Tvrtko I Kotromanic, and the throne was on top. And basically, the old town stayed kind of intact until the Ottoman invasion, and that's kind of when it was forcefully destroyed and didn't take it. But it's protected by UNESCO because it's a very significant landmark for Bosnian history. And from tip of the pyramid down, 200 meters is protected zone since 2008, 2009. But before that, nobody even thought of digging the fortress out. It was completely buried. And
really?
yeah, so we actually see it as some kind of a strategic way to kind of put this project on the stalemate in order to make it, kind of stop advancing when it comes to the excavations of the pyramid. They probably didn't expect that we will also go to the tunnels and continue our work through the tunnels. But yeah.
Are they trying to stop that in any way, or trying to hinder that?
They could postpone giving out licenses, but the thing is that we're getting the licenses from the museum, so nobody has the right to actually deliberately slow down an archaeological project in terms of actually working on an archaeological site. But here, since the fortress is on top, if they didn't find a fortress, they couldn't do anything, right? But that's the problem. So the excavations that we did up there have kind of been covered with vegetation and soil now because we didn't have the right to clean them. But this land here, we had to basically buy it from the government in order to be able to clean the excavations. So ground forms over time. So the question was, how much time did it take for this level of soil to form? So we took samples of it and we sent the samples to radiocarbon dating analysis, which was done in Kiev in 2012, and not in Kiev, in Agropodology Institute in Sarajevo, and the result is between 12 and 15,000 years, which means basically that the soil started forming on the pyramid after the Ice Age was concluded. Before the Ice Age, there was no soil, so the pyramid was made before the Ice Age. And on the surface level of concrete, we discovered fossils, animals and plant remains, and carbon deposits, which we sent to radiocarbon dating analysis in Kiev. This happened in 2012, and the result is 25,000 years, roughly. So this means that the surface level is at least 25,000 years old. But the real question is also, how deep does the concrete go down? So the last reachable excavation, which is a little bit further up, is actually a crack which appeared in the pyramid. And the crack was full of soil and dirt, and it appeared because of tectonic movements. We dug it out, and what we could see there is that we have 4 levels of concrete, one on top of another, each 40 to 50 centimeters thick. Underneath the 4th level, we have clay, and we thought that just the hill was covered in concrete until we did sonda drillings through the clay. After 4 meters of clay, we hit this material again, and you cannot go any further because it's very hard. The drill cannot go through. It just basically spins and breaks eventually. And basically, we had to do georadar scannings in order to discover what's deeper down, and we did the scannings together with two geophysicists from Russia, Professor Havroshkin and Professor Tsiplakov. And when they did the georadar scannings, we have discovered that the pyramid is built like a lasagna, basically. So you have 4 levels of concrete, one on top of another, and then you have 4 meters of clay, concrete, clay, concrete, clay, concrete, clay, at least 200 meters deep. So this essentially means that they were putting the clay to serve the purpose of a shock absorber to you and you speaking to me, but rather any kind of transfer, energy, information, data, whatever you put into the signal, it goes to the other place. Does it actually go out of time? Probably not, since time is kind of unmeasurable. Really, this just counts. It's just a counter, and we invented time on this counter.
Yeah.
We called it time.
Do you know how it would? So, because I've read a little bit around the free electricity Tesla situation. How would it? I understand, for example, a bit like with radio waves, it can transfer a message depending on how the signal works. But in terms of transferring electricity, like actual power, how do you know how that would work? Or
Through air, it would be quite strange how it would actually go through air, through the electromagnetic field of the planet. Magnetism.
Yeah.
That's why I called it electromagnetism. And he would extract the energy from the aether out of existence.
In there,
extracts it. It's very, very complex. Like even today, if you make electricity, how does it look like? I have no idea. It just is. It just is. It's almost like the series that's called From. It comes out of somewhere. But
do you know if this frequency also, or this type of pattern has been seen in the other pyramids around? 28.
It was actually seen. It was measured in the Maya ones and some of the Egyptian ones, which are still active. And our team went there 2022 over there to measure actually these instruments. And in most of them, we could actually get some kind of signal coming in terms of communication.
Okay.
Very low hertz. But the thing is that Cheops, for example, is dead, completely shut down. There's nothing that you can measure there anymore. And one of the reasons why is not to make the pyramid look bad or anything. It's actually because people have intervened a lot. They took stuff out. They did this and that. So that's the exact reason why that happened.
Are you doing excavations on like the other pyramids?
Yes, we have done excavations. Yeah. For example, you can go to the Moon Pyramid, actually climb to see how the terraces of the Moon Pyramid look like. You have excavations on the Tumulus Temple that you can actually also go and look like, and some other places. But the locations that we made accessible, easy to access, is the Moon Pyramid and the Tumulus, apart from the Sun Pyramid and the tunnels.
But you're not being slowed down by any UNESCO?
It's mostly private properties over there, which is a bit problematic, because not everybody agrees to dig on their agricultural land, They would demand loads of money and stuff like that. So it can get a little bit complicated when it comes to that matter. And I think there's been a rumor going around, which I'm not actually sure it's 100% true. It says that our foundation bought a piece of land in the Moon Pyramid, but I'm not sure. It's not confirmed to us yet. Maybe just so we will see what's going to happen there.
Nice.
Whether they're going to dig to get inside or whether they're going to continue excavating on the Moon Pyramid. But currently we're working in the Ravne 6 tunnels. And the Ravne 6 is down in the park behind the Green Pyramid next to the tennis courts. And recently our archaeologist Ayla has discovered a totem, a wooden totem inside.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of like a figure, almost like a womanly kind of figure maybe. But we're not sure what it is yet. They sent it to radiocarbon dating, and also an arrow. They discovered an arrow to see how old it also is. Does it come from the people who closed the tunnels or the people who made the tunnels? Most likely who closed the tunnels. The ones who made, you can find kind of. It's hard because it's a very long time ago.
Yeah. That's one thing that for me is like with ancient world. It's like if we died now, I mean, a lot of what we produce is like crap, but I feel like you would find more. If we died out
You'll find
now,
plastic bottle.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
They were like, "What's this? What's this kind of device? What's this decoration? They used it to talk to Martians. There's something,
Yeah.
But we all live on the same planet. This is the thing. So if somebody makes something long-lasting, you have to find it.
Yeah.
We have a wrong idea. Like we immediately start thinking political. Like that's our society.
Yeah.
S'il vous plaît, monsieur. Yes, I'm at the level. Hi. It's my colleague asking if I jazzed to go somewhere. Okay, but anyways, yeah, we
Perfect.
did the tour anyways.
Thank
So
you very
yeah, I
much.
want to say dziękuję.
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję for listening. Hope it was interesting. And yeah,
Yeah, thank you for
when
your
it comes
time
to
and
the
your
rest here,
expertise.
you're welcome, sir. You continue straight over there. It's a beautiful viewpoint
Okay.
from there. Like you see everything on the plate. Up here, a couple of more things.
Which way we should go?
This way. This way.
This way you go down.
Okay.
When you get to the ticket office, you go down like the asphalt road.
Okay,
But
perfect.
up there you can go up until the stairs take you. But there's no more stairs. It's more advisable to come back down because it's the path to the top. But you were there already, so
Yeah.
you need to die climbing up there because it's very, very steep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry. Back on the way to the tunnels because I want to do the meditation, like not experience, but get the meditation ticket. You pay like €2.50, and then you can go back into the tunnels and like they have some chambers that are specific for meditating. Like it's just basically like a quiet zone. So Dad didn't want to go. He said his legs hurt, so I'm just going to go on my own, do a bit of vape, and try and get into a really cool meditative state, you know? It's a beautiful evening, it's a bit cold, I mean it gets cold when the sun's not here. As you can see, it's very Bosnian around here. You get what I mean? I keep saying that, it's probably derogatory. Yeah. Look at the sky, bro. Beautiful. With them mountains in the background, like going all hazy and shit. Can you see? Very, very nice. I'm opening this shop called Zoom. Still open when I come back because I like to have a snack, you know. But yeah, beautiful sunset, I guess. Oh shit, very, very nice. Didn't see the dog that we passed earlier. I thought he was going to be in the same spot, but he wasn't. So maybe that's him over there. Surely not. Doggy. Scared? That one is scared. Probably got hurt. Ooh, picada. Maybe. On the way back. That was a great experience. It's so quiet in there, like my ears were ringing just because it was so quiet, because it wasn't used to being so quiet, if that makes sense, like just from, like where the fuck is the noise? But I did manage to meditate quite a decent amount. I did get distracted by my fucking football game because we've got a title chase on at the moment, so like every game's pretty important, and it's like fuck. But yeah, I did meditate, and it was good, and you do feel like this energy. I think it's the quietness. The quietness is really really calming. Once you get past the ear ringing and shit. So yeah.